We saw the fire start Saturday morning with a small puff of smoke. We had horses in Paradise Park, so about 11 o'clock we went to try to get them out and they wouldn't let us up the road. The fire was coming over the hill Sunday at 5:30. We were all packed up and evacuated, went down, we were out for 7 weeks. It was scary wondering about the horses. On Tuesday, we got a call that they had our horses down at the ranch. They were singed, smoke damage in their lungs, cut up legs. We'd put them in a brand new barbed wire 20-acre pasture that was real swampy and wet. So they were running around the fire. There were burn spots all over the pasture when we went back in to check it out later. Well, with that horse story, we left, we were out for 7 weeks. I had a fireman come to me in the early stage of the fire, TJ. He had lost his travel trailer and his container full of all of his stuff. He had a pole barn, a new pole barn, so he decided he needed to move into the second floor of that pole barn. So I talked to him about taking care of some structural issues he had, a little letter, and I decided to do half price for people rebuilding. So he, that's great, and I quoted a half price for that letter. And then we were talking later, and he said, "Oh yeah, you're on Lightning Ridge Way, right? I watered your horse." I said, "I can't charge firemen." So ever since then, we did free for firemen as well. Probably did half a dozen complete rebuilds for firemen, plus projects like we did for TJ. We helped a lot with the fire station. Carol said, "The fire station is not deep enough. Let's blow out the back wall. Draw us a plan for that. The doors aren't wide enough. Let's go ahead and change the front doors and make them wider. The meeting room's not big enough. Let's put a second floor on the old fire station while we blow it out and make it deeper and wider doors." And then Cleary came to him and said, "We will build you a fire station, but we need the foundation engineered." So we took over and engineered the foundation for the new fire station. That was great being able to help in that way. I've been here for 21 years. Started my business in January 2005, and I didn't know my neighbors. I did very few jobs in Larimer County, let alone up in the mountains. Did a lot of work all over. I had licenses in 7 states, but I hardly ever did projects here. So it got to be where people walk in the door and they all wave at me because they know we're neighbors now. One of the fellows, he worked at Home Depot. He always comes up to me, helps me special with what I need because we're neighbors now. And that's a big difference. It really, just helps gel that part. The community outpouring, you're probably aware of it, but the entire fire station was paid for by donated funds. So that was the community. The help that we received when we were evacuated, I got an email from a student. I got my master's in 2010, and a fellow student emailed me and said, "I have a house at Drake and Taft Hill that's empty. I'm selling it. It's yours." So we moved into a house with enough clothes we could fit in the car because we had 2 days to pack, which a lot of people didn't have. But we had to get beds, furniture, silverware, the things you can't imagine you have to get. We didn't lose any of that in our home. Our home was smoke damaged. 7 weeks is a long time to be out, but we were able to function by getting things. Daily trips to the evacuee center. That kind of support was very helpful too, and it just helped gel everything together. Then being able to participate and help in the training, helping other homeowners get reassurances, assessing what I have left, how to move forward, what do the plans have to look like, what's it going to cost, just all those sort of topics. When we saw that fire start up, we actually heard people saying the fire department should have been there quicker. We watched it grow into a monster in the time it would have taken an airplane to get up there if they had dispatched it at 8:30 in the morning. If I had called and said there's a puff of smoke, and they would have sent a fleet of tankers up here, it was gone by then. There was nothing anybody could do. This fire was such a firestorm that when firemen get cut off and can't get out because of the way the wind moves, and they're still out there fighting, that's just incredible. I worked on concrete houses that got burned up because the fire blew in the windows. This firestorm is not anything even fire-wise training can prepare you for. So with the fire department now, you know, they are concerned about better defensible space. We have trash under our deck that shouldn't be there. And they're trying to help now in educating people to get, you know, more aware of those dangers.